Hello, friendly people of the internet. I am Hyper Super Sora, and welcome back to Remembering Avatar. I talk about the Avatar episodes completely from my memory, and then I watch the episode and see what I got wrong. Today, we're tackling the Blind Bandit. I like this episode because this is the episode where we get introduced to Toph motherfucking Bay Fong. There goes monetization. Oh well. So what happens in this episode? Starts off, Sokka buys a bag. It's irrelevant, but I remember it. Matches the belt later on. Aang's trying to find an earthbending teacher. He comes across this one, dojo place where it's just like, yeah, this guy is only interested in money. He can teach, but clearly he wants money. So they go to a wrestling ring. Earth Rumble 6. What happened to the first 5? I don't know. Is it 6 because there are only 6 fighters? Well, let me think. The Boulder, Blind Bandit, Mole Guy, Fire Nation Guy. I'll have to double check that and see if there are 6 of them. Because Maybe 6 of them. Oh well. But they're watching the wrestling thing. Sokka's, of course, eating this up like it's candy. Where it's just like, hey, maybe you could learn from the rock. I mean, the boulder. Nah, he's more interested in listening to his muscles. Then, the champion of the arena steps out. The Blind Bandit. She's blind, she's 12, she's a little girl, and she's gonna kick your fucking ass. Does a little bit of trash talk and dispatches of the boulder in with 2 seconds. And Aang's amazed at this feat, thinking, wait, she waited and listened. And when I was high in a swamp, I saw her. That laugh. This is her. She is my earthbending teacher. I mean, I understand you wanting to learn her techniques. She's blind, and yet she can clearly do anything a normal person could do and kick ass, yada, yada, yada. But that swamp gas. Who's willing to fight the Blind Bandit? I'll go. Takes a chance to get close to her. It's just like, wait, I don't want to fight you. I want you to teach me. Does a little air bending to knock her out of the arena. Win a shit ton of gold doing it. Then does some detective work around town to find out Lion Boar, that's just like the Big Fongs. Get introduced to them, get introduced to their daughter, Toph Bay Fong. Which is acting like, the perfect little princess, when in actuality, she, kicks fucking ass. Aang and her mess with each other a bit. Aang's trying to just well, maybe she can teach me. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. No, she is blind, fragile, delicate. Oh, for fuck's sake. Learn a bit about Toph, how she runs away, how she sees with the earth. Then they get captured because the guy who runs Earth Rumble 6 thinks that she took a dive. No, it's called airbending, you dumbass. Now, of course, you could still be mad at Aang for cheating, but airbending. I know you haven't seen it in 100 years, but it exists still. Ransom note, little dramatic irony there. I bet Toph is so scared. Let me out of here and I'll kill your fucking asses! Toph's parents makes the rich payment, but keep Aang saying, the Fire Lord's gonna fetch a lot more. Katara pleads with her, it's just like, we need a strong earthbender, and you're the strongest we've got! Help! Her dad's just like, no, she ain't strong, she's tiny, helpless, fragile, and it's just like, fuck you, I'm helping them! eventually get Aang out of his mental prison. It's just like, where's the fight? No need. She's got this. And got it she does, since she kicks the ass of literally everyone. But there's a conflict with her dad that happens like later on after this. It's just like, I love fighting and I'm really good at it. No, you're grounded. So she runs away, with Aang, Katara, and Sokka forming the fourth member of our group. I love this episode. I love it so much. Probably not my favorite episode, but this is probably the best introduction of any character. In the show, at least. I love this episode. I love the stupid wrestling thing in it. I love Toph. I love Toph as a character. We'll get more about her later on. But this is a great introductory episode for her. But enough about me blathering. Oh, by the way, at the end of the credits, just like the Avatars kidnapped my daughter. No, they didn't. She ran away of her own free will. I want you to get her back. Shows a bunch of money to the shit teacher, and the Earth Rumble 6 guy is just like, oh, we'll get your daughter back, sir. But enough about me blathering. Let's get into the episode and find out. Got done watching the episode, and yeah, this episode is good. I like it. Some things I didn't point out. One, I didn't forget this, since it's a core aspect of her character, but Toph, blind, uses earthbending to see, called the seismic sense, I think it's called. Which makes her, any earthbender she's come across, one-on-one fight, it's like easy mode. That seismic sense is just so OP against other earthbenders, which is what she's only been fighting to this point, so when she comes across an airbender, Aang, she struggles. Also, this is the episode with Water Tribe. Oh, a woman has her ways. Clunk! Water Tribe siblings were on point this episode. Sokka being fucking the biggest pro wrestling fan in the world. Katara being like, this is just going to be a bunch of meatheads throwing rocks at each other. Yeah, that's exactly what I paid for. And what was it? The fact that Katara is just like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck these guys up. Boo! Sokka goes against Aang versus Toph. Don't you boo him! I also forgot the dinner time scene, where Toph and Aang are fucking with each other to not reveal each other. And I like how he's just treating it as just like, oh, like Toph's dad is just like, oh, when are you going to get around to doing that thing? You know, ending a war. That's not something you do after brunch, you rich posh bastard. That is a whole thing. That isn't even just a whole thing. That's not a whole day. It's a fucking war! Also, the seismic sense basically makes it so Toph is immune to sneak attacks that aren't from the air. Also, at the end of the episode, where Toph runs away, for the joint team Avatar, because, you know, freedom, where she doesn't have at her home, a gilded cage is still a cage. She craves that freedom that they have. So she runs away to go join them. Katara and Sokka just looks at each other because she lies. Says that her dad changed his mind. They look at each other. It's just like, yeah, well, better get out of here before your dad changes his mind again. It's just like, they know she ran away. They fucking know. Aang, I'm not sure. He seems dumb enough to believe it. But Katara and Sokka know she's bullshitting. But it's just like, your spending teacher war going on, we'll let it slide. This episode is nice. I love this episode. I don't love it as much as the next one, but this is up there. Because Season 2, banger, banger, banger. And it just keeps going from here. Like, what's like the next low point? The next low point, I think, in my opinion, comes in season 3. God damn. Anything else I really forgot? Toph's nickname for Aang. Twinkle Toes. Because he's so light on his feet. Airbender. Airbender first. Avatar second. That's what he is. He bends air. Of course he's light on his feet. He fucking flies. They're mine. I already brought that up. Where she takes down all the people. I think there were 6 of them. Plus the champion, which is 7. Which is Toph, so. And the final boss, which is the Ringmaster. I want to see that in a fucking wrestling game. It's just like where somebody messes with the fucking the referee and it's just like, oh, now you've done it. And the referee just kicks both of their asses. I want to see that in a wrestling ring. WW. You. I'm willing to work for you. I can write some bullshit. Oh yeah. The Boulder feels conflicted about fighting a little girl. Sounds like you're scared, Boulder. I am no longer conflicted and am ready to kill. Yeah, I already mentioned they're mine. But a nice introduction to a new main character. We haven't gotten this since episode, depending on how much you consider Momo a main character, 3-ish? But considering Momo is the protagonist of the show, since the beginning. Hot diggity daffodil. Toph, glad to have you aboard. Can't wait to have some fun with this. What did you guys think of The Blind Bandit? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Leave a like on the video if you liked it. And subscribe for Zuko alone next time. Until next time, I'm Hyper Super Sora, and sayonara.